I think Jesus failed, but he believed ultimately that Jesus failed, that his church fell into an error so bad that it was an insurmountable error, and it required 1500 years later the apostle Martin Luther to come onto the scene and fix things. And of course, right after Luther came Zwingli and Calvin and Henry VIII, and within one generation you had dozens of splits. You had the Baptists and the Anabaptists, and none of them could agree on anything, and they all fought with each other and split and fractured and splintered and went away. Now, if Jesus is a wise builder, that shouldn't be the case. And in fact, we should expect more or less his church to spread in a very unique way that bears witness to who he is. And we see this. He says to the Israelites, I'm going to give you lands you did not sow, cities you did not build. I'm going to make you a nation of kingdoms and priests. And all they had to do was obey God. They had to obey him, particularly in obedience in battle and in keeping the commandments. And as long as they were obeying him, things went well. And they did, in fact, inherit lands they did not build, lands they did not plow, cities they did not build. And God shows in the Old Testament what he's going to do in the New Testament. And in his New Testament church, he does the same thing, only this time it didn't require lifting a sword. Not a drop of blood was shed other than the blood of his own son, and what Tertullian calls the seed of the church, which was the blood of the martyrs. And without lifting a sword, the church inherited the single greatest empire the entire world had ever seen, the Roman Empire, as the rich, wealthy nobles fled to the country rural bumpkin areas, the pagans, if you will, which is why it's called paganism, because those are the people that still kept to the old faith, as Christianity became this uniquely urban phenomenon. But all of that happened because Jesus promised to give his spirit to his church, and that spirit would maintain the church. I'm 40 minutes in, 50 minutes in here, and I think I made it through 5 minutes of this video. So this is clearly going to be a longer series. I want to keep this up. This is my third part. If you like this, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And let me know if this particular version worked out well for you, because I like that it goes live. It gives you guys the chance to talk. I didn't see one jump on this time, but that's okay. If I'm able to do this more frequently, then I definitely will do this on a much more regular basis. I'm kind of excited to be able to do these live. So let me know what you think. But again, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below. Feel free to share this if you happen to know Jim or Jesse. I would love their thoughts on what I have to say, and we'll go from here. I'm going to try to remember to include a link to Rod Bennett's video down below, as well as a link to the original video I'm responding to. I believe that's actually already in there right now. I'm going to get rid of that right there. But you should watch this if you have time. This more than my video is more worth your time than anything I have to say, in all honesty. But this is a great video to watch. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and God bless you.